welcome back to another episode of the FOGDOG exclusive. As you can see, we have made it to the final day of 2020. It's New Year's Eve today, so I think we can all agree, as I've mentioned before, that 2020 has been a really weird year. One that we would never have expected, and one that no one on Earth has ever really been through anything like it before. So I think quite a few people around the world are probably pretty keen to see the end of 2020, and let's definitely hope that 2021 is a bit of an improvement on 2020. In saying that though, as I've mentioned again before on my channel, in Australia where I live, in Brisbane at least, we've been really lucky. We definitely had a few COVID cases quite early on in the year, but then we were really lucky, everyone got on top of it, and since kind of quite early in the year it's almost not really been an issue at all. But I know that that's not the case for pretty much everywhere else in the world right now, so yeah, fingers crossed that very soon we'll be completely back to normal. And for us runners, all the events will be back on, the Olympics will be happening, college races will be going ahead, and if all of that happens and all goes to plan, I think it will be fair to say that 2021 will definitely be an improvement on 2020. Alright, so the reason why you might have clicked on this video is to compare with me and see how much mileage you ran versus how much mileage I ran. Mileage is a really interesting kind of factor with running. Some people can run really fast off low mileage, some people need really high mileage to run fast, and some people are somewhere in the middle. So how much mileage did I run in 2020? You're about to find out. I'm about to go for my final run of the year, so my last run for 2020. Today is Thursday, so obviously New Year's Eve this year falls on a Thursday, the final day of 2020. And Thursdays for me are typically very easy. Usually I have an easy jog on a Thursday, but sometimes I even have the day completely off, because recently I've been doing workouts on Tuesdays and Saturdays and a long run on Sundays. So Thursday's kind of that midpoint-ish during the week where I can kind of take it back a bit and let my body recover before doing some strides tomorrow and some easy running again, and then a proper hard workout every Saturday and Tuesday obviously as well. So yeah, I'm about to go for my final run of the year, final run for 2020, and straight after my run we will have a quick look at my Strava. I'll show you all of my stats for the year, my total for the year, and what that works out to be per week on average. So stay tuned. Happy New Year everyone. Hopefully 2021's a big improvement on 2020, but hopefully 2020 has still been a good year for you in terms of your running, and hopefully next year is even better. So anyway, let's go for my final run of 2020.
Heading far with the FOGDOG, straight to the top with the pace drop. Pace too hot, you can't keep up. When he heats up and takes the lead, now all you see is Drake University. So it's time to subscribe for the best alive and go stride for stride with the Batman pride. It's Heading Fog coming at you with the Top Dog exclusive. It's Heading Fog exclusive. Heading Fog, FOGDOG. Subscribe now for the Top Dog. Heading Fog, FOGDOG. Subscribe now. the shots. I'm in the open and you're in a box. Acting real nice, but you're really a fox. I do what I want cause I'm dreaming of yachts. Yeah, I don't see nothing but stars in my eyes. H elite, yeah, we're on the rise. Riding the lows and I'm riding the highs. Better be careful, I'm seeing these lies. I fish you out when I'm wearing disguise. Isn't it cute that you think you're a wise? Stop reading these books is what I devise. Yeah, now I'm lost in my ways. I've done some damage, this isn't a graze. I'm in a maze and I'll be here for the rest of my days.
So, FOGDOG, how was your last run of 2020?
Well, FOGDOG Senior, we're down here in Wynnum. Great way to finish off 2020. So, as you would have just seen, I went for my final run of 2020. I did 7k. Which is probably 4.4-ish miles. I'll pop the Strava in up here at 4:18 per k. So that's like just under 7 minutes per mile, probably 6:55-ish. But again, Strava will be in up here. And yeah, great way to round out the year. Really windy down here today, really windy. So I did a few grassy laps and then I ran out and back along the kind of Esplanade, the seafront, and it was good, just really windy, so it was alright on the grass and then pretty windy out, and then kind of a bit of a tailwind on the way back. But yeah, really good way to round out the year. Anyway, now it's time to go home, have a look at my Strava, and see what I actually managed to hit for the year. But remember, it's not all about mileage. Obviously, running some miles is definitely good, but especially if you're younger, you don't want to overdo it. But anyway, right now, let's head home, find out how many miles I ran for the year, and maybe you can compare, see how many miles you ran against how many I ran, and maybe set yourself a target of trying to get closer or run a few more miles in 2021. So let's go home.
Trying to break free. Why is this world trying to break me? My eternal pain that has no name, but it's all the same. Resides in my head, way deep down, it's a feeling of dread. Maybe I'm going insane, dreaming of diamonds and chains. Maybe I'm thinking more clear, but clouded by minimal fear. Yeah, running fourth gear, living my life. I see it real clear, it'll be my time.
Alright, so me and FOGDOG Senior have just made it home, and it's time to have a look at the statistics. Alright, so I've got the actual Strava activity from that run right here. I'll pop a screenshot of it up here, and I'm just going to quickly read out the description, which basically has all of my 2020 stats. So pretty much in 2020, Drake University mile record at 4 flat. The fastest 1500 on Australian soil with 3:42.94. Obviously, most people know that Stuart McSwain from Tasmania ran a 3:50 mile, which is just unbelievable. That was 2 nights ago, and so obviously he went way quicker than 3:42 through 1500. But it was in a mile race, so technically on 1500 rankings in Australia this year, I've got the quickest 1500 time on Australian soil, but I know that there's a few people who can go a lot quicker, and my 1500 time from this year actually ranks me 8th out of the Australians, but everyone who beat me ran it overseas, so I guess that's a cool statistic. Queensland 1500 Classic champion, that video is on the channel from a couple of months ago. Queensland 5k champion, again, that video is also on the channel. And Queensland 3x1k relays champions, me, Kieran, Perk Daddy Perkins, and Luke Bike McCutcheon. And so for me, even though COVID has obviously affected quite a lot of the year, I'm really happy with my year of running. It's been a pretty good year for me, quite a few PBs, state title in the 5k, the relays state title with Luke and Kieran, and then the 1500 Classic win as well. Have all made this year a pretty decent one for me, so hopefully going into 2021 I can improve further on those times and races, and yeah, we should hopefully be in for a good year. My total mileage for the year in 2019, for reference, I ran just shy of 4,600 kilometers, which works out to be about 88 kilometers every week, or just under 55 miles. And this year, in 2020, I absolutely smashed that. It's been by far my highest mileage year ever. I ran 5,866 kilometers, which is 3,644 kilometers. That is an average of 112 kilometers a week, or just under 70 miles a week, which works out to be 16k every day of the year. So that is still not unbelievable, that's still not huge, but for me, based on what I was running a couple of years ago, that is so much more than I've ever run. And in terms of my strength, I'm definitely feeling the benefits. I'm a lot stronger now. I can run much quicker over 5k, 10k, and even things like long runs as well. I'm just much stronger with, and I think that definitely does help with the track stuff as well. So hopefully all of this mileage will pay off in some quick 1500s, 3ks and 5ks in 2021. So anyway, that's pretty much it. 5,866 kilometers total. It's been a good year, even though obviously COVID has affected it. I've still been really lucky to get some good races in and run some good times. So I hope that you've had a good year. I hope your mileage has been what you wanted it to be. If you've had injury niggles or ongoing injuries, then sorry to hear about that, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel. I know that some people have come back from years and years of injuries to run really well, so keep going with it. 2021 is a new year, and yeah, just keep going with it, and fingers crossed it will all come together for you in the new year. With that, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being a FOGDOG viewer in 2020, and have a happy new year.
Yeah, I've been thinking way too much. I've been winning way too much. Trying to make it way too much. And you was faking way too much. Always working like too much. You go through something. You go through something. Yeah.
I've been winning like way too much. Being on my grind like way too much. Bringing in the golden touch. Coming in way too clutch. Why looking so sus? Raining on us. Rather get cut. Shut to a must. Extra boy, but I ain't no kid. Said that I wouldn't, but I already did. Why would I disappear?